Hey everybody, welcome to another Age of Grogu, and I've got me Angelo, and I've got Daniel, and we've got a few of our regular chat guests on as well. People will be popping in and out, but we've got Anchorman right now.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? So yeah, guys, I guess we'll jump straight into it. What were your thoughts on this episode?
Think yeah, this was a really great episode. Great episode in my opinion. Like
Yeah,
just everything throughout the entire thing, like all the character moments that we got throughout it was really
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Like
Some
all the scenes too, like with the action, oh, like the little like action scenes were also really like well done.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Daniel?
Yeah, it was a really good episode. I'm glad we
Yeah.
got to develop some of the lesser developed kids like KB, and I just thought
Yeah.
the character moments were
I
great.
yeah, I have been hanging on to see what KB's story was all about, and they played it so well. Anchorman, what were your thoughts on the episode?
I thought it was definitely a good episode,
Yeah.
and like I like how they developed the kids a lot more. It seems like
Hmm.
they're focusing just on the kids this episode.
Yeah. What have your thoughts been for the entire series so far, Anchorman? Where does it kind of stand on your level of the other Star Wars shows at this point?
I like it. I don't think it's my favorite of the few
Okay.
that come out, but I think it has a lot of like I like the Goonies theme with it.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
I like how it's outside of the Mandoverse, even though it's part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the cool thing, has been self-contained, and we're getting something completely brand new out of all this, which is really
Yeah.
fun as well. Yeah, guys, favorite stuff. Let's talk about KB for a little bit. Um, the actress, Corinna, I think her name's Corinna Ratner, Ratta or Kratner. I can't pronounce that last name. Sorry. Uh, she was fantastic. I thought she was all the kids have been exemplary in this series. Um, but I thought that she really brought across the level of what it's like to have a disability, and to be able to show some emotion from not wanting to ask for help but having to ask for help, and how hard that can be. I felt there were some really great little moments in there, little beats, with the performance and the directing. By the way, directed by Dallas Bryce Howard, of course. So yeah. Any thoughts? Anything you want to bring up there?
Yeah, I agree with you that it's
Mm.
powerful for kids with disabilities to see
Yeah.
someone that's disabled
Uh
in a
huh.
way, and it doesn't
Yeah.
make her different or less than the other kids, but no, it doesn't make her less than, but it does make her different. Like
Right.
there are differences, but it
Yep.
doesn't mean that she's less than them. She just can do other things that they can't,
Mm-hmm.
and some of the things they can do she can't do, but it doesn't make her
Right.
less than the other kids.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'm going
Yeah,
to bring in someone else from the chat. Sorry, hang on a sec, Angela. I'm just going to bring in somebody else. So, guys, we've got Chris. He's one of our regular viewers. He's going to chime in and have a few thoughts tonight. First, Angela, you were about to say.
yeah. I was gonna say I completely agree with Daniel about
Yeah.
that. Like how it was like seeing like how yeah they bring that kind of message about like yeah like the disabilities, how like
Yeah.
she is able to continue, like she's able to bring her own kind of stuff, like yeah she can't do the same things as them, like how going through the steam and stuff like whole messed her up, but like she is,
Yeah.
as we've seen her before, she's like one of the best shots, she's great with electronics, she's like
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is cool. So, Chris, welcome to the channel. And we have Chris. He pops in on the chat once in a while. It's always a pleasure to communicate. What have you been thinking about this show? Have you been enjoying Skeleton Crew?
I absolutely love this show.
Uh huh.
This show is so cool.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that growing up, I
Hmm.
definitely connect with. I love it so much.
Yeah.
Um, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
I can't talk any less about it.
Yeah. I think, I mean, we're a little older than, some of the guys we've got on right now. So we kind of can appreciate a different level of. For me, I find Skeleton Crew has been kind of keeping this childlike imagination that I remember as a kid and remember being as a kid. I think it does for all of us in some way or form.
Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
it takes me back, and I feel like, I mean, I've been enjoying a lot of the Star Wars shows that have been coming out. There's been ups and downs, obviously, but the the idea that I can feel like I felt when I was a child about Star Wars and actually be getting something that is kind of fresh and rewarding. I think that has been a big thing for me in this show.
Yeah, because it's like growing up back in the country and everything.
Yeah,
Like, dude, just running around in the forest with like a stick
yeah.
and just thinking it's a lightsaber before I
Oh yeah,
actually was
oh
able
yeah,
to have one and everything.
yeah,
And like the show did that. Like
yeah.
the kids are running around in the forest and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. Yeah, and pretending to be Jedi. It's
Yeah.
like it's exactly. I thought it was fun. We haven't seen that from Star Wars, and I feel like that was cool. Getting back to the episode itself, Chris, what did you think of episode 6?
All right, episode 6. I actually didn't do a video for it because it was New
New
Year's and
Year's Eve.
everything,
Fair enough. Yeah.
and like I did write everything down.
Okay. All right.
I
All right.
watched it and then I left right away and
Okay. Well,
went to the bar.
we'll go through footnotes and stuff like that. But we were really just talking about the actress who plays KB. What are your thoughts
That
on that
was
character?
that was so endearing.
Yeah.
Like just like her and Wim,
Yeah.
like just kind of like
Having the
getting
moment.
down. It's just like
Yeah.
oh, let me fix you real quick, like like. And like we'd have it now confirmed that she is some kind of a cyborg type thing.
Yeah. We've got hints there with Lobot and other robots, cybernetic things. But I also like the fact too that it wasn't forced upon her as a child. It was a necessity that to
She had
survive
an
too.
accident, some kind of accident.
Yeah.
Which I actually want to see that now. Like, are we going to see that in some kind of like comic book form now?
Yeah.
Like,
Who
something
knows?
like that.
Who knows? What are the favorite moments, guys, stood out for you? Angelo, Daniel, Anchorman?
Because when he brought up like the moment with Wim, like I also thought like the moment where like how she's scared that like Fern won't like doesn't want to be friends with her if like because of the things she can't do, like she doesn't listen. I think like the moment with him was like, well, you could be me and Neil's friend, like that thing. Like I think that was like a really great moment as well.
Yeah. No, there's some beautiful sequences that played out between these two kids, and it was also again, I just can't believe how natural these kids feel when delivering their lines, and I don't know if it's just good direction or whether they've just like they really nailed the chemistry. It's almost like saying the kids from Stand By Me when you watch that film, if you've ever seen the film, it's like they have an incredible chemistry about interacting with each other, and you can understand why they picked these 4 kids for that same reason, in my opinion. So, but Anchorman. Any other cool thoughts? Any other episode moments that really stuck out to you?
I think the kids bonding was probably the best part. It gets some more moments to shine.
Yeah.
I did like at the end where they escaped that trash after destroying the ship.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was a good scene.
Yeah, guys, let's talk about that for a little bit. So you'll see we're going to just jump around with rather than going in order, we're just going to jump around between things here. Hang on a sec. Here we go. Max is in the chat, but he might pop in a bit later. The whole episode was shot really well. Yeah, it really was. For the use of the volume, I think that they actually did quite an amazing job. But everything from this moment on here, just the idea that the explosive, decompression element was going to reveal us a completely brand new ship as it kind of like pulls out from the thing, from the old skin, I guess. I think it was just a cool moment. Did anybody expect that?
No,
I guess I didn't expect it.
at all.
Like now going back, it kind of makes sense because like during his like recording, he's like says like I got the girl all like clad in armor and like ready. So it's like and then like when that happened, I was like that's what he was thinking. That's what he was talking about, like clad in armor.
I didn't catch that. Hey, when was that? That was
It's during the audio log. It's like during like with the captain's log.
From last week. I need to go back and rewatch now. Okay, that makes sense. Oh,
that's wild.
So I was like, because at first I thought that, and like when I saw that like happen, it'll blow up and then comes. I was like, that's what he's talking about.
Good catch. That is a good one. I did not catch that one. I like that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
in one of my buddies' chats, he's actually building the Lego version right now,
Okay.
and we're kind of joking around with him, and it's just like, might as well throw that in the trash now because he's got
Yeah,
a whole new
it's a
ship.
brand new ship. Yes.
Yeah.
All the people that buy that bought the Razor Crest and it gets destroyed, and
Oh
then
my
they
god,
and
dude!
then they picked up the what was the other one they picked up?
The
The
N1 or yeah. No, that's his
yeah,
new one. Yeah,
no,
the
the
N1.
No,
M1
the M1's
survived.
still
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, no.
yeah. There was something else that people picked up too, and suddenly it was like changed, and it's like okay, yeah. But I think it's extremely funny. I mean, but the visuals, just the
It's
they've had
so
they've
good.
had a year and a half to put this together. We saw one of these kind of smeltering type vehicles. It wasn't the same, but we saw it in Rebels towards the end of season 4, I think, where it was kind of like going over the planet's surface on Lothal, kind of burning everything behind its
There
wake.
was a lot of Rebels overtones on this episode 6.
Yeah.
Like I have some things from
Oh,
episode
go for
5
it. Yeah.
definitely.
Sure.
Yeah, keep going. 'Cause I
No,
forget.
that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. All right, guys, we get this moment. We get a couple of X-wings turn in and fly around. A lot of people kind of thought, why are the X-wings here? And it's like, for me, it was kind of obvious. It was like,
Yeah.
you know, it's a resort place that is for the rich and the wealthy that just became attacked by pirates. So the
Of
New
course, they're gonna
Republic.
have a panic button
That's
somewhere.
it. Oh, sure, yeah, absolutely. And of course, the New Republic obviously are policing the galaxy at this point as much as they can. But the whole idea that you've got this whole upper class of people that you know that it actually there's a lot of metaphor in this episode. You've got this whole element there of like the gluttonous waste that the rich and the famous kind of throw away the trash, and you've got the entire rest of the planet being trashed up, and all the trash gets dumped, including the Onyx Cinder as well, which was kind of released to be trash. So
Yeah, I think it's kind of
yeah.
interesting how when on Navarro, when the pirates are attacking in the Mandalorian, the New Republic's like, we don't want to help them. Like they're just like that's
Yeah.
like the bounty hunter planet.
Yeah.
But as soon as the rich people get attacked by
right.
pirates, then
Right.
it's an issue.
Yeah, with you when the upper class. Yeah, you're right there. No, totally. I mean, there's definitely a lot of deep underlining messages for sure.
I thought it hilarious with the adult planet,
Yeah.
like the pleasure
Oh, yeah.
planet and whatnot.
Uh huh.
Because I live in Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
and a little bit north from me is some place called the Poconos,
Okay.
and they have like a lot of those kind of like adult places, like adult hotels you would go to and whatnot. I've never been to them, but like, dude, it's just funny seeing that. I was just like,
Yeah.
yo, they just put this in Star Wars,
Yeah.
and I know that's just like an hour north of me. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. Anchorman, you've been quiet there. What other things stood out for you in this episode?
I'm not sure. It's like I was hoping Jude Law would pull out the lightsaber, so I'm like wondering if he's gonna like use it again.
That's a good question. I mean, we didn't really see too much of his character in this episode. Obviously, he gets himself captured by the pirates. By the way, this is a great opening scene. I like the fact that
Totally Jack Sparrow.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Grabbed as much as he
Yeah,
could.
villain.
Him and SM.
SM, yeah, who gets shot down straight away. Yeah, I thought it was great. I mean, it set the scene of getting him off planet. I thought that was kind of cool. But just this whole element of I'm jumping into this part. But yeah, the whole idea here. I mean, one, we get to see some more of the prosthetics of Brutus, who is absolutely fantastic as a piece of a puppetry piece. It's just incredible. I think they've just done an incredible collaboration of all everything that comes together with this character and these guys. Yeah. Anchorman, as you were saying, I was actually half expecting him to pull out the lightsaber at this point, but they're obviously holding off. They're going to save that for something big. Who knows what it's going to be? But yeah. We get to hear a shanty, of course, and a bit of a song shanty from Jude Law as a character and stuff like that, which is kind of fun.
I'm 100% going to be cosplaying Jude. Like,
cool.
Like his character is just so dope. Like everyone's talking about little blue guy. Like
Neil.
Yeah. Everyone's talking about Neil. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, nah, Jod. Like Jod is the dude.
Any other stuff, guys, stick out on the scene with the pirates at all?
I just think it's interesting how now we know that he has the coordinates and they're going to head towards Adadin. And we know KB has the coordinates. The kids are going to head there. So I think we're setting up nicely for the finale coming soon and a big battle with the planet.
Yeah. And according to Jude Law, next week's episode is all about Jod. So I guess we're going to get a very Jod-heavy story arc. It makes sense that we'll get that before.
Yeah, about every kid has had their episode by now. So I guess it's his turn.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I definitely need to know what his deal is. Anchorman, any thoughts as to Jod's background? Any guesses as to, do you think he was a once Padawan?
I don't know. I think maybe he's a Force user. Maybe he was a Jedi, but then he was maybe kicked out.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a good theory.
Okay, all right. Chris, any thoughts there as to Jod? His background, his past?
I don't like that everyone's like talking about like they're saying he's like a Sith.
Mm-hmm.
Like that just doesn't make sense to me. I think
he give off those vibes.
Yeah, no, like I think he is a fallen Jedi. Like just someone that kind of went the way of Ahsoka and just kind of dropped out, and he's just like, yo, I don't agree with you guys.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go do my own thing.
Yeah,
F off and
yeah.
Still got reports and everything.
It seems like we always get tied to either it being a Padawan or in the post Clone Wars kind of era, it's an ex-Padawan or it's an ex-Jedi. I'm hoping to get something a little more fresh and a little more different, because I feel like we're kind of killing that little bird a little too often now. It's like, the more often you use it for a Force user, the more it's like, okay, another one.
Did you see that theory that that like he was a Padawan of was it Count Dooku?
That was my theory.
I'm like, wow, that is wild.
that could be interesting. That's my personal kind of theory. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? I mean, we'll find out next week for sure. Let's jump back to the planet for a bit. These kids go their own separate ways. They have a bit of a breakup. I feel like one of the cool things about this episode was that you actually saw the kids finally getting on each other's nerves, and you knew there was going to be this build-up of a blow-up. And usually in this story, this is the part where they all kind of split their separate ways, which they do, but they pair off in very different ways. You've got Neil and Fern doing their little moment, and then of course we talked a little bit about Wim and KB there, but Neil and Fern's little moment I thought was kind of cool too. There was some nice character development. There was some self-awareness in Fern, how bossy she can be, but an understanding that her bossiness is more of a control of, she sees the bigger picture on how to get things done as well. That's what I got from it. Did you guys have any insight into that little moment?
I think it just lines up with.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Yep.
I'll go. I think it just lines up with how she thinks that everyone can do what she can do. Like she thinks that KB can do whatever she could do, and then she thinks that Neil could just climb up this thing like she can. Like she's like, come on, it's not even that hard. And he's struggling with it. So I think she just like gets in this headspace of, if I could do it, like everyone.
Should be able to do it. Yeah, and that's part of her character development too. Other thoughts, guys?
Yeah, I think she's finally like getting her shit together. Like she's not just being a little snot.
Yeah.
Like, just be
Well,
like,
she comes across as that, but I genuinely believe the fact that I believe what Daniel said there.
Care.
She does care, but she also, she thinks if anybody, if I can do it, anybody else should be able to do it.
Yeah, very, like,
she doesn't stop
vision.
it. Yeah. And I like the fact that her vision is flawed and realized as well in this episode, especially with the the moment with Neil, which I thought was cute. Anchorman?
I still think Neil's gonna die.
Oh yeah. No, nobody's gonna die. No one's gonna die. Anchorman. The kids will live on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any thoughts with Fern and Neil's little moments?
I feel like she's always the sassy one of the group, but then I feel like she also has a good heart.
Yeah.
And I think we'll see that more in like the last 2 episodes.
Yeah. I like the whole coming together at the end too. I thought it was a great little moment there. Jumping back to what created them to split, these little crab things, which were kind of cute. I mean, I don't know if these guys were. I think these guys were just all CGI, but the big one that we got was not.
Was it like Grogu, like a puppet?
This was
it was a stop motion.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. Stop.
It's so badass.
Yeah. Hang on a second. I'm gonna pull in a.
Yeah, pull up that clip that they showed.
I for some reason I was trying to figure the clip separately. I could not. Hang on. Let's go through here. So basically, I'll show some images. Sometimes the video clips end up by being problematic for the stream. But yeah, basically the mana crab, its actual name is Tetnis, which I think was great. Yeah, Tetnis, as in tetanus, as in you poke it, you got it. I thought that was a great little moment. Well, at least a great little thing. But at Phil Tippett Studios, done by Phil Tippett, they continue doing stop motion. He did some stuff with was it Mando? Or was it Book of Boba with the Bomber Monk droid? He's done a few.
Book of Boba Fett. He did the monster.
Yeah, he did.
He did movies as well.
Oh, he did all the original Star Wars films. He was the original. Yeah.
Well, he did Rise of Skywalker. He did what's it called? No, he did Solo. That's what I'm thinking of.
The map. Which part? The map? No, the
lady that raised Solo or whatever.
I forgot her name. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he did that too.
But they actually, I mean, if you have a look at the detail, they've actually got like ship parts on this creature, on this giant crab. Like little droids and pieces like that, which I think are really cool. Let me see
it's so wild.
Yeah, like there's a little 3PO unit in there, and even all this kind of stuff is just so you can barely even register it. That's like the dish of I think it's what part of the Millennium Falcon's supposed to be in here too. You got little escape pod ends. You've got all this cool stuff that is in there, but again, just considering the size of this thing, it's a great little piece. Tetanus Metacrab. Yeah.
About size of things.
Scientific name.
Yeah. Yes. Maybe that little video's here. Hang on a second. I'm not too sure. Oh wait. Maybe. Oh, it's the same one. All right. Yeah. There is video that's online. I just have to dig it up. I didn't get the chance. I was literally working just before I got on, so it was like, "Oh, hail the trash crab!" Yeah, I think it was a cool
it's
little
so
piece.
Awesome.
Yeah,
it's so awesome how this show puts so much detail into every little moment. Like, one's probably actually, they know Star Wars fans. Star Wars fans are going to be going frame by frame and looking at the trash monster. But
totally.
Most people don't care about that kind of stuff, but yet they're putting in all the detail they can. They're getting it a scientific name. They're doing all the close-up shots. It's just really impressive to me. It shows how much they love what they're doing.
Yeah, totally. I mean, you get that from the cast and the crew too. Just the people. I keep hearing that over and over again. That the actual crew and the cast put in everything because a lot of them are just Star Wars fans, just happy to be working on these shows, and
You could definitely see
it's a big thing.
see and feel the love that they have for
Oh yeah,
this entire franchise.
yeah, totally, totally. This crab is definitely a cool piece. I honestly half expected this thing to kind of like be a really cool kind of moment like we had like last week with what's his name, the creature
Cathalos.
Cathalos, yeah, Cathalos.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, we're gonna get this really kind of cool moment. It's like, nope, the kids are there for lunch.
Yeah. It's kind of fun seeing them get all leader there, be all happy, then they kind of realize like, oh no, and it starts all the small crabs start surrounding them and everything.
Oh yeah. Well, here we are. Here we actually, if you notice there to the left, there's a stormtrooper helmet, one with the stormtrooper helmet on it, and also there's an R5D4 droid unit part in this thing. So they definitely were very creative. And again, I think all this is probably CGI. There's too much of it to be stop motion of any sort. But it's was just a moment. Sorry?
I didn't notice that any of that, like the Stormtrooper helmet or the R5 helmet. But it was dope. And it was just like also a nod to yet again.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Like the one who's just like following all those crabs.
The crabs, yeah. It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah, it did spark that memory of like the crabs. Something about crabs and pirates and stuff like that. What else is there? What else? So the moment
I wrote everything in silver, so I can't.
Oh yeah.
Read it, so.
Oh okay. Fair enough. You've got Fern and Neil jumping on the ship, doing this heroic moment to get back their ship. I enjoyed this little droid. Don't ask me why. I just thought it was kind of cool. I feel like we've seen this droid before in animation form or something like that, or something close to it. I don't know. I could be wrong.
What was that on?
It was on the ship that they actually commandeered when the two kids jumped on.
Like, robot thing that controls the ship.
I think it's just a robot controlled ship because they're the junk ships of this place. Again, it goes back to that whole thing that you've got these,
It was kind of like a Mustafar like droid. Running around.
Yeah, but you've got this. Yeah, I like the fact that the ship was hauled off to be junk, which it kind of looks a bit junky, which is kind of fun. And then you get this great little moment where the kids come back together and the rescue and you get this whole best friend thing. One of the things I did want to bring up that I really loved, by the way, between Fern and Wim was when she calls him a Jedi, just says, "Anyway, thanks, Jedi," and then he's like, the look on his face was just like, that was everything to that kid, and I think that was just a great little moment too.
But does she know? Because she's got that perception with everything.
You think Wim's a Jedi? Guys, okay, good conversation. Do we think Wim is going to be a Force user, at least have some skills in Force using?
He's gonna have
I don't
think so.
Sorry?
They would have definitely hinted it more like by now, I think.
Yeah.
I think her point in that was like he can be the hero without being the Jedi. Like he can be the hero. Like he can help people out and help his friends without having his big lightsaber moment. Like he can still.
Yeah, she was going to die. So. I mean, she said it. She was going to die, and that was her hero moment. Chris, you were about to say?
My inner kid says yes.
Okay. Anchorman. Anchorman. Sorry. Anchorman. Can you hear us? Oh, you've.
Sorry, what did you ask me?
Sorry, I was asking. What are your thoughts? Do you think Wim's Force sensitive or not?
He could be. I think anyone could be Force sensitive.
I mean, like in the sense we'll see him use some sort of Force. Yeah.
Maybe just the lightsaber would be fine if he could get it back.
Well, yeah.
The Force sense flows through all of us.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
The way of the Grogu.
Uh-huh. The way of the crook. Yeah, so jumping through, yeah, and then we just, we come back to the end again where we get to see just this thing is just such a cool little moment. I mean, they're really, like, in the sense of moments in this episode, it really was just like, it was very short. It was a short episode, so I don't know how much longer we can kind of pull into it, but we'll definitely kind of question about where we want to see it go from here. But jumping back to it, just this whole end sequence was incredible. Yeah, guys, any other thoughts that you can kind of add in here?
Also, I think like the entire thing, like with them seeing the X-wings, going back to that, is like them kind of realizing like how they're like the good guys. Is like, oh yeah, like Jawad is not the greatest guy because he's telling us to shoot at the good guys and stuff.
Yeah. Any other thoughts, guys, on the episode?
Man, where are we going with this?
Like, yeah, that's the big question.
With all these theories that's going on,
like
everyone's talking is like Jawad Sith. Is he? Mm-hmm. Like, or is he just a fallen Jedi sort of thing?
Well, we never got anything on the parents this week either. So I mean, we talked a little bit about it last week, but it's like, any thoughts as to what's going on with the parents, what they might be up to, and how they're going to be
hiding something.
You think they're still hiding something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have another stupid thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wim's dad is the guy.
I once thought it might have been. I definitely don't think it is anymore.
After the last episode, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. He's sweaty, man.
No, I think
he's sweating.
No, I think that Tak Renard, which was the pirate we saw on the hologram, we didn't see the face for a purpose. Now, here's one thing. Supposedly, I didn't check the credits, but supposedly the actual person who voiced that character is the same actor who voiced
Brave?
Huh? No. From the Clone Wars. Why have I got Metal the Pirate? Hondo.
Oh, Hondo.
Yeah. Hondo. It's supposed to be the same voice actor voicing that character. I don't know if that was put. Yeah, Jim Cummings. Yeah, it was. I don't know if it's put in there as. I don't know if it was put in there as a throw away or make you think it's going a direction. It definitely doesn't sound like Hondo, for certain. Because Hondo's got such an elegantness about his dialogue. I personally think that Tak Renard is, in fact, whatever he may be or whoever he may be, is the one who basically is still on the planet, on Adden, and is sitting in there and making his own money. And I don't know what he's necessarily doing with it, but I don't know.
Did you see the everyone's like talking about right now, that instead of Hondo, that pirate is 33.
People have been saying that too. Anyone got any thoughts behind that? If it was 33?
I heard it. I heard the theory that Tak Renard is 33. I don't think I agree with it. I think it's I think it kind of weakens some of the other moments in the show, like I ain't heard of no ad, and like if he programmed himself to do that, that's not as interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that's the best direction for it, so I don't think that's the case, but who knows?
It's goofy. Like I was like, what? Like, dude, I just love like all the speculation.
Yeah.
That like people do with Star Wars. Like it's so much fun.
And it could be the simplest thing as well. I mean, that character could be dead and it could be automated. We don't we're not going to know until we find out. There is a couple of things though. They definitely they hinted towards that whole button thing way back with the don't ever press the the detonation whatever it was. Yeah, the whole detonation sequence. And I think they also did the same thing with Neil in episode 4. Was it with the giant cannon that's built into at what was the other planet called at
Akron.
Akron. Yeah. Which means that Neil's going to know where this thing is at Adam, and that's going to be a defense mechanism against the pirates for sure, because those pirates are going to be coming in full pelting, and anyway.
Yeah. I think now the kids too have seen that the X-Wings are the good guys. I'm wondering if we'll somehow get New Republic support against the pirates.
Could do.
On Adam, I feel like now they've set that up twice, kind of like seeing them on Kim's moon, and then seeing them again and being like, oh wait, these guys are actually good. Maybe the kids will try and reach out to them for help. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, if they even know. I mean, the cool thing is that they're coming in on a brand new looking ship, so no one's going to know what that ship is and expect it to be what was the Onyx Cinder of its look and vibe to it. So
watch these kids get back on that new ship.
Yeah.
And then the rebels are going to show up. And that's going to connect it to the what's it called?
Mando
words there. Yeah. To the words.
Yeah. And any thoughts, Aaron Command, on where you think we might be going in the finale with the parents, with anything you want to talk about there?
Maybe we'll find out what it's really behind at. Maybe we'll learn about if the New Republic is corrupt, like they did in Mando season 3.
So you think it's the New Republic has got something to do with the Old Republic information here, or
probably?
You think so? Okay. All right. I'm still trying to figure out if there is any connection at all, because I feel like that this place
they're too separated.
Yeah. And that's why I keep thinking, it's like people keep bringing up Hondo, and it's like, well, Hondo was around during the Clone Wars. We've seen him pop up during Rebels. Oh wait, this moment. Oh wait, no, that's still before this point. Rebels was before. So literally, Hondo wouldn't. I mean, the fact is that if the captain was that video image that we saw, then it makes no sense if that was even before the Clone Wars in the Old Republic. That's when that information was taking place. And it doesn't make sense to be Hondo to me. And people are saying it could be Hondo. It's like, that doesn't make sense because the timeline.
The main thing about it, they even stated what Adam is. It's an Old Republic credit found, a credit mint, it's a mint from the Old Republic.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it just lines up with any of Hondo's previous appearances.
It doesn't. And the fact is, Hondo's still looking for cash during the Rebels time period.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I mean, it would be a bit of a stretch for me if it was Hondo. But I also at the same time say I would love to see Hondo in live action.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been to Galaxy's Edge, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so I love the Hondo animatronic there, and it would be cool to see something like that in live action, but I just don't think character-wise this lines up for him as much as I would like to see him.
I'd be surprised. Chris, you were shaking your head there. What was the...
It's not Hondo. 100% no.
Yeah. I would like to see it to be, whatever this ancient pirate was, but I'd still feel like that he could be an old living creature. Wookiees are 200 years old, and, other creatures are much older than that. And so, I feel like whatever he is a few hundred years old and has basically been living there and created the mythos around the At-Aden, people that this is what they need to be doing. Was, the whole diagnostic stuff and all that sort of thing. It still doesn't quite make sense. There's still this weird missing element about why the people have never questioned that within the planet itself too. But they also keep the secret too, and we don't know why, because they know they are not supposed to be doing this sneaking around stuff. And it's still the mystery for me. I'm enjoying that mystery of this story.
Yeah, I like the theory that the reason we didn't see his face is because he's a member of Neo's species. So I think that could be interesting. Maybe he landed there.
People think it's the father.
I don't think it's his dad. I think it could be maybe his grandpa and uncle or something. But
I don't know about that. I could be. Be wrong. Yeah.
It would be funny.
It would be
It
fun.
would be funny.
It's like a
The
giant,
father's not the father's
hyped
not really
up.
looking after the twins. The father is running. The father's running the mint.
It's like when like the dark and menacing like pirate
Yeah.
that we're all like hyped up to like know about. It. It's
Yeah,
just being
that's
like
it.
it's just
Yeah,
like,
he's
Neil
like,
with a grandfather,
Blue elephant,
blue elephant with the trunk.
It could be fun, but I don't think they'll go the fun route. I would like to see. I don't know. I'd like to see somebody new personally, but they've also. I think they've again. They shadowed the idea of who this captain was and keeping up the mystery. And I think they've just. It's either there as a ploy to keep the audience guessing, or it legitimately is somebody we already know it could be, and they're trying to hide that face. And that all ties back to the administrator or the yeah. But yeah.
Hey, Brian.
Yep. Yeah. Anchorman.
Have we only seen like one familiar character pop up in this show, but it's like kind of not really a big character?
One familiar character. Which one were we talking about?
Wasn't there like one Nikto character who was in Mando season 3?
Oh, no,
Yeah,
that was
Vane.
that's Vane. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he
Yes.
showed
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. I'm glad that he's not a front and center character too. I feel like that he was a bit of a pussy when he kind of bailed out on Goron.
I didn't even realize he was in the episode till I saw
yeah.
it on Wikipedia.
Oh yeah, no. If you go back and watch episode the Mandalorian episode with when they attack Navarro, with Goron, what's his name? Goron.
This is Squid guy?
Gorian Shard.
Gorian Shard. That's it. Yes.
Yeah.
The green vegetable.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. But
I was thinking he was coming back to life, but like no.
Oh no, nothing like
Vane,
that.
Vane is the guy that's around right.
Yeah. And basically, I mean, Brutus is the one who's taken over. Taken over that whole role too. And I am loving the dynamic of the pirates in the Star Wars universe. That they are a bigger threat, and they've become a bigger threat. Because the Empire is no longer around as well, and I think that's a cool thing, But yeah, what else is there? What else? All right, guys, trying to think of this. And again, because it was a short episode, there's not, there was really only three major sequences. Yeah, I hope so. I enjoyed the shortness of this episode. Again, Dallas Bryce Howard tends to get the shorter episodes, but she puts a lot of.
It's such a great work. Like they put so much. Like it was just great visuals all around. Yeah.
Yeah.
For such a short episode, it was perfect. It didn't even feel that short when watching it. I was just like,
yeah.
It felt like a movie practically, just the way how it was all shot and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, watching it felt good. Looking back on it now, I could tell like, oh, there's not as much to talk about. Like it definitely was shorter, but it didn't feel that bad watching it. So
yeah. I mean, there was a lot more from last week because it was constant sequence after sequence. This was really only three main sequences that were kind of key to the episode. Apart from that, it looks like I guess that's about it. I am looking forward to seeing what episode 7 is like next week, and where it goes from there. And then we've got 2 episodes left at that point. So.
Yeah.
Wait, episode 7? Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
2 more, it's episode
2
6,
more.
yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
The trial backstory, then wrapping it all up.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, guys. Anchorman, where can everyone find you when you're online?
I'm on YouTube, Anchorman, and I started a podcast on Spotify.
Oh, cool. Awesome. That's cool, guys. Go check out Anchorman. And then Chris.
And my Instagram.
Oh, sorry. Oh, and Instagram as well. Yeah. And then Chris, where can we find you?
It's just me, Chris Life.
Yep.
This is my name.
Yep.
Go find me.
But you have a YouTube channel, right? So yeah, and
I do.
You do, and you also do your breakdowns, that sort of stuff from Star Wars. You also do some unboxings too, right?
I do.
You do? Yeah. We both got the Ghost. The Ghost is an awesome piece.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely, guys. And then also Daniel and Angelo, thank you guys once again.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, we look forward to checking out, see where this goes next week for sure. And everybody out in the chat who joined us tonight, thank you so much. And we shall catch you next week.
See ya.
All right.